This video is brought to you by Mubi, a curated streaming service showing exceptional films from around the globe. Get a whole month free at mubi.com/Anupama. Greed, for the lack of a better word, is good. Greed is right, greed works. You remember Gordon Gekko's memorable lines from Wall Street. Gulabo Sitabo is the antidote to that. The film, directed by Shoojit Sircar and written by Juhi Chaturvedi, is a bittersweet study of greed and its consequences. But this isn't a morality tale. Shoojit and Juhi don't judge their characters. They simply present them with all their flaws and frailty. The result is a film which is slyly funny because human behavior is so often ridiculous, but also deeply melancholic. Gulabo Sitabo is infused with lament for a more elegant, civilized world which is now crushed by the crass and the corrupt. The name Gulabo Sitabo comes from traditional puppet art in which the two characters quarrel incessantly. Like Gulabo and Sitabo, Mirza and Banke are always at loggerheads. Mirza is the landlord, Banke the tenant who pays only 30 rupees a month. They engage in a constant game of one-upmanship. Banke threatens Mirza. Mirza steals his light bulbs and makes his younger sister spit out a piece of mango that she's eaten because it's not hers. They are petty and a little pathetic. At the center of their battle is Fatima Mahal, a once grand mansion in Lucknow that is now slowly crumbling, literally. When Banke in anger kicks the bathroom wall, it crashes. This Khandani Haveli is a prominent character in the film. Shoojit and DOP Avik Mukhopadhyay showcase it like they would a fading star. We see the arches and the grills, the vast rooms and long corridors, the courtyard and the walls with peeling plaster. The Haveli, which is more than a century old, is decrepit, but it has more dignity than most of the characters in the film. And yet these people lead such hard-scrabble lives that we understand their desperation and their constant jugaad to get ahead. These people are on the margins of middle class. A better life is in sight, but it's not within reach. Banke is frustrated by his dead-end job, his lack of education, his fraying relationship with his girlfriend, who tells him frankly, "Hame pata nahi tha ki aap itne gareeb hain." Mirza has spent a lifetime waiting for his partner, the Begum who owns Fatima Mahal, to die so he can inherit it. He's bent over not just with age, but with his own civility. Together, they're combustible. The film takes its time setting up this world, which is both contained and timeless. The first star moves at a measured pace. In this, Gulabo Sitabo is more like October than Pico. The humor is quieter. These characters aren't necessarily likable, so you might feel a little fatigued in their company. The narrative also meanders. There's this whole bit about Mirza digging for treasure which just seems forced. But have patience, because slowly the emotional rhythms of the film take hold and the plot jumpstarts. Juhi's superpower is her ability to create keenly observed characters. They may not have much screen time, but we know who these people are. Take Brijen the Kala's Christopher Clark, a Catholic lawyer in Lucknow who insists that he's special because he speaks English at home. His asides in English, of course, are superb. Vijay Raz, as the government official who haughtily declares that he is archaeology, is equally good. And then there are the women in the film. The brilliant Begum, who casually asks Mirza if they got married or eloped. When he says married, she says, "To hum bhage kiske saath the?" It's amazing. I laughed out loud. There's also Banke's sister, Guddu, and his girlfriend, Fozia, both of whom have more smarts and sass than he does. Whatever ideas we might have about women in conservative environments, these women refuse to adhere to them. Their unpredictability propels the story. One of the added pleasures of the film is the language. Even the insults sound melodious, like "Chusi Gutli Sa Chehra" and "Dimak Kahin Ke." It's lovely to listen to words like "Ulul Julul," "Chironji," and "Khandani Pehkhana," which incidentally means bathroom. The actors revel in the writing, especially Amitabh Bachchan, who with a prosthetic nose, white beard and oversized glasses, leaves his Bachchanness behind him. He makes Mirza cantankerous and stubborn, but also a shade tragic. I wonder, did anyone ever love this man? Ayushmann Khurrana doesn't have props to play with, but he holds his own in front of the formidable Mr. Bachchan. He laces Banke's inherent misery and sourness with anger so that Banke is always on the verge of exploding. In this film, he's not the usual Ayushmann hero grappling with a taboo topic and then imparting a life lesson. It's a tougher, more complex gig, and he pulls it off, including a slight lisp. The standout is Farooq Jafar, who plays Begum. She's over 85, but her sparkling personality dominates the frame. Gulabo Sitabo is likely to be an acquired taste. As I watched, I wondered how this old world film might have played out in a theatre. What would the warm blues and oranges of the Haveli look like on a big screen? Would Shantanu Moitra's nostalgic plaintive score enrich the visuals more? I also worried that since streaming platforms don't encourage commitment, if you get restless with one story, you just click on the next, how many people will actually see this film through? We'll never know. But Gulabo Sitabo leaves you with a smile and an ache, and that's a rare combination. You can see the film on Amazon Prime Video. Now to tell you a bit more about Mubi. It's a film streaming service showcasing the best of Indian cinema on their Mubi India channel and classic international hits on Mubi World. It premieres a new film every day on each channel. This week, I highly recommend you check out Otal. It's streaming now on Mubi India.